is May 23rd, 2019. And Anon on the board says, what can you tell us about Assange? It says, under protection, threat is real. He is the key to the DNC source, hack, and 187. 187 is the killing of Seth Rich. And if you listen to what Seth Rich was saying, it seems that he's alluding to the fact that, yes, it was Seth Rich that downloaded the information, and this is why he killed, and this is why the D's killed Seth Rich by using the MS-13 gangs. It was a hit job. Now, let's take this to the next step here. Think about it. We have the Ghislaine Maxwell trial. We have Durham. Now, Assange owns WikiLeaks. Does WikiLeaks, do they have all the pizza emails? Do they have everything about Podesta and Clinton and everything else? Think about everything that's going on right now. Think about the narrative that they're trying to put out there. Think about Joe Scarborough, Mika Brzezinski, when they were saying that, child trafficking, it's a myth. We also have The Atlantic yesterday putting out a story saying, yeah, it's a complete myth. Actually, Kate Awakening on Telegram put this out and said yesterday, The Atlantic put out an article claiming child sex trafficking was a fake epidemic during the unfolding of the Ghislaine Maxwell trial. In case you forgot what Ghislaine looks like, here's a photo of her looking real cozy with Lauren Powell Jobs, Steve Jobs' widow. Oh, and Lauren owns The Atlantic. So think about this for a second. Why are they pushing it out there that this whole thing is a myth, just like the riots, just like the suitcases under the desk in Georgia, just like everything else? It's all a myth. The economy not doing well, that's a myth too. Why would they be getting ahead of this story? Because they know what's coming. They know exactly what's going to happen and what's going to be produced. And they're trying to get ahead of this. Is it going to work? Absolutely not. Now, we found out something very interesting about the fact checkers today. Because, on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, on all the different social media platforms, they love to fact check everyone. And the fact checkers, they have all the answers. Basically, what they do is they just point back to the fake news, and the fake news then points back to social media, and it's one big circle. But something came out of a lawsuit. Now, journalist John Stossel, he is suing Facebook after Facebook's fact checkers labeled climate change information that Stossel posted as false and misleading. So they used fact checkers to fact check what he was doing. He decided to sue. And during the hearing in court, something interesting was said. In response to Stossel's defamation claim, Facebook responded on page 2, line 8 in the court documents that Facebook cannot be sued for defamation because its fact checks are mere statements of opinion rather than factual assertions. So opinions are not subject to defamation claims. So basically, they just admitted that their fact checks, there are no facts. There's no truth behind it. It's their opinions. So they just admitted that their fact checkers are worthless. The whole thing is an illusion, trying to control the narrative. Remember, when the truth started to come out, that's when you saw fact checkers. What did they have to do? They had to stop people from telling the truth. So they had to create something to convince the people, no, this is the true narrative. That other stuff isn't. But now we know, I think we've always known, that it's just their opinion. It's not backed up by facts, because if you ever look at their little labels and the things they fact check with, they just point back to the fake news stories that have no links or sources or anything like that. That's all they do. It's all BS. And now they set it out in the court documents. Why? Because they don't want to be sued for defamation. So they had to admit that is just an opinion. Unbelievable. And now everyone knows the truth, that these fact checkers, they're absolutely meaningless. I think we all knew from the very, very beginning. But now those people that really believe that, oh, wait, these are fact checkers, now they realize, no, they're not. Now, what's very interesting is we know that Judicial Watch is going after the University of Delaware to get the information from Biden's documents when he was a senator. because there's a certain part in there that shows that he was colluding with Putin because he had a conversation with him. And they're trying to get that information. And I do believe that Judicial Watch will probably end up getting it. And once it's produced, it's going to really hurt Joe Biden, especially the stuff with Tara Reid, too. But what's very interesting is that General Flynn on Telegram put out Richard Grenell's tweet. And this is what it says. Putin knows that Joe Biden lied to the American people when he said Donald Trump was a Russian asset. And Putin knows Joe Biden lied when he said Hunter Biden's laptop was Russian disinformation. What else does Putin know? I think Putin knows it all. I think he knows every single thing. Of course he does. Remember, Putin has it all on Biden, has it all on Obama, on the Clintons. He has it all. So does Trump. They have all the information too. They know exactly what they did. And it's just a matter of time before it's all produced for all to see. And you can see the information is being dripped out now. And I do believe that this is being timed for when Trump, the Patriots, they bring the platform, the social media platform online. It gets started and people start to hear the truth and the facts and more information comes out. And all of a sudden you have people just seeing it all. This is going to be a really big problem for the deep state players, for fake news, big tech, because they won't be able to stop it. They're going to try, but they won't be able to stop it. Now, what's very interesting is we can see that the deep state players around the world, especially big pharma, the dictators, they're going all out. They're panicking right now with the pandemic. Why? Because people aren't complying. People aren't doing what they said. If everyone was vaccinated, or they had 80, 90% of the people vaccinated, they wouldn't care. But this tells you everything you need to know. And this is why you can see all these individuals pushing as hard as they possibly can. Out in New York right now, we can see the governor there is now reinstating mask mandates. Now she's telling businesses, listen, you must check for a vaccine passport or people have to wear a mask. And she's attaching a $1,000 fine for each violation. If you notice, it's following